There's always been people in my life that have pointed me to God, who have taught me about the Bible. There was a time period where I was running from that and I was trying to live for things of the world, just meaningless things. Daniel Park, who's actually a missionary now that was sent by Woodside, he was my small group leader when I was in high school, and he was always present in my life. If I didn't show up to something, he would chase me down, like lovingly, but he just never left me out, and he would always pursue me and bring me back on the right path. And also, Tom Gitter was very impactful to me during that time. I remember there was one night I went over Tom's house, and I was just kind of telling him everything I was going through and some of my doubts, and I think I was just struggling with God's grace. How could he have forgiven me when I'm such a terrible person?
Max, like everybody, right, is broken, and we're all broken, and Max was really kind of caught up in his brokenness versus the grace of God. And so when I met Max, it was just simply like share with him the truth about who God is and about salvation and grace and what grace really means. So when Max got a grasp of what grace was, he was able to begin to trust God.
Like, I didn't just understand it intellectually, I understood it emotionally and spiritually, and so the result was, God, here's my life, do with me whatever you want. It began as a Bible study at Tom's house on Tuesday nights, and Tom eventually, after some weeks, told us about the Global 100, and I instantly wanted to sign up because I'm just like, that's what I want to do. I want to give my life serving God and sharing the gospel and teaching people about this grace that they can receive.
Well, the great privilege, of course, is once you invest in somebody, and once you start living life, you watch God work in their life to change them. And Max has been changed profoundly by God. Then I had the privilege of sending him out to Liberia for 7 months.
On my way there, I'm thinking, God, what am I going to say to these people who have been through so much? Here I am, a 22-year-old kid. Like, I feel like I'm the least equipped to go to these people. And God, how can you use me? I remember saying that. And God's response pretty much was like, you're right. There's nothing you can do. It's me. And I think that's the best part, is that God can use anyone.
The difference he made, personal transformation, dependence on Christ, but he really met a lot of people, led a lot of people to the Lord. It's really incredible just to get a front row seat to what God's doing, essentially, in someone else's life. It's really cool.
If I didn't have people in my life that were discipling me, I feel like I would be in a very different spot. I needed role models like that. I needed people who were willing to disciple me and to show me what being a Christian truly looks like.
I think it's why we're here. Honestly, we're on the planet here. We've loved God because God first loved us, and in that we can begin to love other people, but it's something we all need to be doing. And it's a joy. Trust me, there's no greater joy.
That's how the gospel truly reaches the world, is through discipleship. And I want to be sent to a place where Jesus is barely known or unknown, because that's where the most fruit will come up from, and that's where I believe God is telling me to go. I'm willing to go anywhere where God sends me.